What's up guys, Braden here with SuperATV, and today we're going to be showing you how to install SuperATV's flip down glass windshield on this Polaris Ranger XP1000. So let's get right to it. The first thing we're going to do is come to the front of the machine and go ahead and remove the hood. Just twist both of the knobs to the side. Then we're going to come to these two locations right here. As you can see, there's going to be some factory push pins that are going into the dash. We're going to take a push pin removal tool and just go ahead and remove both of those. We'll just lay them right here in this area. So we will be reinstalling them. Now we're going to grab our lower mount, slide it into position. And we're going to line the holes up in the mount with the holes in the dash that we just previously removed our push pins. Once they're lined up, we'll just take our push pins and reinstall them. Now we're going to grab our short M8 hardware. We're going to line up the bracketry here with the holes on the cage of the machine and start the nut on the back side. Then we're going to repeat the same steps over here on the opposite side. Now we're going to grab our clamps here. They're going to fit around the upper portion of the cage, just like this, so that the mounting tab is on the inside. Our upper bracket up with this hole here. We're going to grab our M8 hardware, the same that we just used down here, with an M8 nylock nut, and attach it to the upper portion of the cage. So this part here is definitely nice to have somebody to help you, but you can do it by yourself. Install one of these clamps here. So what you want to do is line up the upper portion of the mount to the upper portion of the cage here. You want to make sure that your clamp's going to be in the correct position, and then you're going to mark the hole that's in the center of the mount here to the cage of the machine. Then we're going to drill that hole out to 6 millimeters. So once we have our lower mount installed, we're going to go ahead and grab some foam out of the kit. We're going to run it along the top channel of the cage here. So starting right here, we'll run it all the way across. Now we're going to grab our upper mounting bracket. We're going to attach our clamp to the small outside hole on this bracket utilizing the M8 hardware with an M8 nylock nut. It should look just like this so that the bent portion will wrap around the cage. This one is kind of difficult to install by yourself, so I'm going to have somebody help me. We're going to get it laid up into place, and then we'll show you exactly how to do it. Then we're going to go ahead and snug our hardware up. Once we have it slid all the way up as high as it'll go. It's nice and straight all the way across. We have it up as high as it can go. Just make sure that you get this hardware tight first. So now that we have the upper mount attached, we're going to take a 6.5 millimeter drill bit and drill right through the center hole here on the bracketry, and that's going to go directly through the cage, and that's where our support bolt's going to go. Now we're going to take our long M6 bolt, slide it through our previously drilled hole. We'll take a M6 nylock nut, put it on the back side, and we can go ahead and fully tighten this hardware. Now we're gonna go ahead and remove the 10mm bolts off of our radiator support. Just remove the hardware. So now we're gonna take our front mount here, slide it through the front fascia. And we're gonna slide it all the way back to our rear mounting holes where we remove the factory 10mm bolts and get them started back into the factory position. So we're going through the provided bracket and then through the radiator support. And then we're gonna grab our long M6 hardware out of the kit and a spacer. Spacer is gonna go in between our bracket and our factory radiator support. So you just have to kind of carefully slide this right over the threaded hole like so. Slide it down and get it started. You may have to kind of push down on the plastic a little bit there. Get it lined up with the hole and install the M6. Once all 4 bolts are installed, you can go ahead and fully tighten the hardware. So you're gonna need to install your straps here. You're gonna use the 3mm hardware provided in the kit. Just drop the straps in. Make sure that this portion is facing towards the front. And when you flip it down, you have this ridge right here. Just go through, install the hardware, snug it up, then install your bumpers here, and then you're ready to go. So next thing you're gonna wanna do is take your glass windshield, lay it up on the machine, and make sure you align the 2 rearmost holes here on the bottom with the holes on the bracket. Once you have all the hardware, or once you have all the holes lined up, you're gonna grab your hardware, you're gonna have a tapered Allen. What we'll do is take it, slide it through, grab our nylock nut. Now we're gonna grab our D-seal and apply it right along the edge of our lower mount here. Then once you get to this point here, you'll just go ahead and cut off the excess. Now we're gonna grab our bulb seal and install it from this point here to the end. Start it right here. Just run it all the way down. Once we get here, we'll just go ahead and cut off our excess. And we're going to repeat the same steps over here on the opposite side. Let's go all the way down through here and install our seal. Now we're going to grab our foam, start it right here, and run it all the way across. And once we get right here to this point, we're just gonna go ahead, peel off our excess like so. Now we're gonna grab our latch, slide it through the hole in our windshield frame, grab the washer, then the nut. Then we wanna make sure that this is facing towards the outside when it's in the locked position. So you want to make sure that it rotates like this, straight up and to the side. Once we've done that, we'll just go ahead and grab our Phillips headed screw, slide it in and make sure that we lock this down. Get it nice and tight. And then I'm going to do just a quick test. As you can see there, it locks the windshield. Push in on it and it unlocks. So we're good to go. We're gonna go ahead and fully tighten down our jam nut here on our latch assembly. Now we're gonna grab our wiper handle, remove the 10mm nut off the end, remove this section here, go ahead and unthread one nut completely. Remove all the washers. And you'll want to make sure that up against the nut you have a flat washer, then a rubber washer. We're going to drop it through the windshield frame. And then on the opposite side, you're going to have a rubber washer and a flat washer. And then we'll go ahead and reinstall our nut. Now we're going to grab a 17 wrench and a 17 socket and go ahead and snug this down into the frame. Doesn't have to be extremely tight, you just want to make sure it's good and snugged up. So now we're going to go ahead and grab our wiper arm. There's going to be this cover here. Go ahead and remove the cover. And then you're going to grab this and you're going to flip it up. Be careful though, it does have quite a bit of spring tension on it. It will snap your thumb. So this will sit like so. You want to take your handle, slide it through, and then just make sure that the handle is straight. Then you'll just go ahead and take your 10mm nut. Get it started. Once we have it started, I'm just going to go ahead and flip this windshield up into position like so. And then again, you just want to make sure that your wiper arm is in line with the handle here. Ours is. Once we have it good and started, we're going to grab a 10mm socket and just go ahead and fully tighten it. Now we're going to take our wiper blade, slide it on, make sure it locks, pull our blade cover off, flip the blade onto the windshield, we'll grab our cover that we previously removed here, slide it right back on, just like so. And we can lock our windshield down into place on both sides. So you use your latches to latch down the window in the up position. When you want to flip it down, you undo your latches and you would hop out of your machine, walk around and gently lay it down. Then you grab your straps. So you lay your windshield down, then you'll grab your strap, slide it into the notch for this side, as well as this side. And it's gonna ride securely. It's not gonna bounce around, it's not gonna rattle, it's not gonna shatter. It's gonna be nice and secure on the front of the machine. When you're ready to put it back in the up position, flip the windshield up, push in on it, lock it on both sides, and you're ready to ride. So once you've went through and fully tightened all your hardware, that's all there is to it to install SuperATV's flip down glass windshield on this Polaris Ranger XP1000. Be sure to check the description below to pick yours up today, and while you're there, drop a like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.